A very pleasant good evening and welcome once again to CHO Airport Field here in Charlottesville, Virginia for another edition of Tom Sox Baseball. I'm Luke Ned Carney. My partner tonight is Jacob Tisdale, and the Tom Sox look for double-digit wins tonight. They're 9-7 going up against the 6-12 Staunton Braves. And Jacob, after a lot of rainouts, an all-star break, and a loss to Newmarket on Tuesday, what's it going to take for the Tom Sox to get back into the win column tonight?
Well, tonight we've got a couple of bats back in the lineup that were noticeably missing from the Newmarket game. Kyle Edwards for starters, leadoff hitter, Valley Baseball League All-Star, just all-around star. He's back in the lineup tonight. And I noticed that the Tom Sox were having a little bit of trouble generating some offensive momentum. We got one run across in 9 innings last game against Newmarket, and so we're looking to put a couple more across with players like Edwards, Calvin Alexander behind the dish again tonight. So I think there's going to be an offensive bounce back for the Tom Sox.
Edwards will lead off for the Tom Sox tonight, of course. They'll take the field first as the home team against a Staunton lineup that looks like this. Evan Profi leads things off. He's in center field, followed by Joey Parliament, the third baseman tonight for the Braves. Batting third, the second baseman, Cooper Clapp, and the cleanup man, Nate Early, is the first baseman. Batting fifth, Michael McKinney, the shortstop. Noah Canterbury bats sixth. He's in right field. 7, 8, and 9 for the Staunton Braves. Josh Lalo, the catcher. Brady Masiak, the left fielder. And a familiar face, Drew Jones, the designated hitter, a former Tom Sox player from earlier this season. And Tom Sox taking the field in the navy blue sleeveless uniforms with the lime green sleeves, lime green numerals on the back, and the white caps with the interlocking Tom Sox logo, and the navy blue bills with a defensive lineup that looks like this. Connor Hinks is in left, Sergio Rivera in center, Hollis Porter in right. Henry Ford is at third base as we go left to right. Around the infield, the aforementioned Kyle Edwards is at shortstop, Bryce Martinez, the second baseman, and Alex Boucher is at first base tonight for the Tom Sox. KJ Alexander behind the plate, catching for Mark Perkins, a right-hander, Houston native out of Rice University.
Yeah, Mark Perkins has made 3 appearances so far this season. He's started 2 games, gone a total of 9 innings, and it's been good stuff so far. He has 15 strikeouts in those 9 innings against just 3 walks. He has 2 earned runs and 3 hits total in those appearances. He's been strong so far, and he's going to look to continue that tonight.
Tom Sox looking to start a new win streak. If you followed us last week, we really didn't see much because we had, I think, 6 rainouts in 9 days, and then the All-Star break, of course, with a couple of Tom Sox represented, and actually Derek Williams here winning the home run derby, bringing home some hardware back to CHO Airport Field, and then the aforementioned loss to Newmarket on Tuesday. And here we are, just about ready to start here against the Staunton Braves, as digging in is Evan Profi, the center fielder. He is out of Croydon, Pennsylvania, Westchester University. Bats left, throws left, and he goes without the batting gloves here against Mark Perkins. And coming down right at 7 o'clock, a swing and a miss on a fastball, and it's 0-1.
First pitch, 7 o'clock. First pitch temperature, 82 degrees.
82 degrees and sunny but hazy here at CHO Airport Field. We'll take it over the rain, I guess, as the 0-1 is downstairs for a ball.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see tonight how these players kind of adjust to the hazy conditions, whether it affects their breathing, rounding the bases, or something like that. I know on the mound, any small detail can kind of get into your head and disrupt you up there. So it's going to be interesting to see how these conditions play out. But as you said, obviously preferable to the rain. At least we're out here playing baseball tonight.
1-1 is down and in, 2-1 the count now to the Staunton Braves leadoff man who chokes up on the bat. Firing a fastball is Perkins, and he misses inside, 3-1.
Leadoff batter for the Braves, Profi, is hitting .286 this year. Got a little bit of speed on him, too.
He's ahead 3-1, and here's another fastball. This one is chopped over the mound, charging Martinez. He gloves it. He's going to have to eat it as the speedy Profi legs out an infield hit to start this ball game.
Yeah, that ball just soars over Mark Perkins' head and not able to make a play on it. Martinez smartly decides to hold on that, make sure he doesn't make the error there over at first. And that's a leadoff runner for the Braves, and a fast one at that. Profi this year has Profi this year has 5 stolen bases, so he's definitely a threat over there and something that Perkins is going to have to keep an eye on.
Digging in his third baseman, Joey Parliament. Yeah, I think Randy Johnson might have been the only pitcher who had a chance to make that play. As Parliament takes a ball upstairs. He plays at Trevecca Nazarene University, native of Lancaster, Tennessee. As the Tom Sox would like to roll up an early double play here, 1-0 count. Second batter of the ball game here in the top of the first. Brophy bluffs running, and that pitch is down and out, 2-0.
Might have been a good one to go on there where Calvin Alexander behind the plate has to backhand that. It would take a good throw. And we saw on Tuesday, Newmarket kind of flipped the script on the Tom Sox. The Tom Sox are setting all kinds of team records for stolen bases this year. Last game was the first game that they did not record a stolen base. Meanwhile, Newmarket stole left and right against the Tom Sox. So it'll be interesting to see tonight whether Lyndon Coleman is able to kind of shut that down, Calvin Alexander makes some throws behind the plate, or if that trend will continue.
2-0 misses upstairs, now 3-0 the count. As Perkins from the stretch looks in, comes set at the letters, and he throws a fastball in that misses low, and it's a 4-pitch walk. First 2 men on now for Staunton. Man, not a great start here if you're the Tom Sox.
No, not particularly. Mark Perkins, in those 9 innings that he's thrown so far, has just 3 walks. So he doesn't typically have these control issues, but we'll see if he can rein it in here. Again, double play is still in effect.
Second baseman Cooper Clapp out of Notre Dame, a teammate of some of the college teammate of some of these Tom Sox players who you might have seen on Tom Sox Weekly. With runners on first and second, he swings at the first pitch, chopped to second, 4-6-3, turn it over. Martinez to Edwards, over to Alex Boucher at first, and there's that twin killing we were talking about. Stanton has a man 90 feet away, but now 2 outs.
Yep. That's exactly what you want to see on the mound. You trust your guys behind you, get a chopper up the middle, and there's couldn't be 2 better guys behind you with the glove to make that play.
So Martinez already being tested over there at the second base sack, and Nate Early, the first baseman, digs in. Cleanup man for the Braves as they'll look to get a run on here as they now have 2 away here with a runner on third. That's Brophy. First pitch is over the outside corner for a strike. Early is out of Florida Southwestern State. Cincinnati native. He's probably paying attention to his hometown Reds, who have surged to the top of the NL Central.
Yeah, no kidding.
The 0-1. Nice looking breaking ball. Called a strike. And yes, the Reds just did take 2 out of 3 at Camden Yards.
It's good to see Perkins settle in after that 4-pitch walk. He's really found his command here, got a dribbler up the middle, and now he's really feeling himself out on the mound on that breaking pitch outside corner.
With 2 away, the 0-2 from the stretch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Tom Sox wiggle out of the top of the first inning, not giving up any runs after letting the first 2 men on base. 1 hit, 1 man left on base, no runs for the Braves in the top of the first. Tom Sox will come to the plate for the first time this evening. When we come back, this is Tom Sox Baseball. Back to CHO Airport Field. Staunton Braves go down in the top of the first without scoring. The Tom Sox coming to the plate for the first time with a lineup that looks like this. Kyle Edwards, the shortstop, bats leadoff, followed by Bryce Martinez, his middle infield mate at second base. Henry Ford, the third baseman, bats third, followed by the cleanup man, Hollis Porter, who's out in right field tonight. Aiden Teal, the designated hitter, bats fifth, followed by Alex Boucher, the first baseman, batting 6th. 7, 8, 9 for the Tom Sox. Connor Hinkson left, Calvin Alexander, the catcher, and Sergio Rivera, the center fielder. And they'll face a Staunton lineup in the field that looks like this: Brady Masiak, Evan Prophy, Noah Canterbury, left to right around the outfield. Third base to first, Joey Parliament, Michael McKinney, Cooper Clapp, Nate Early, and Josh Lalo does the catching for Joel Gardner, who is listed as an infielder but doing the pitching tonight out of Poco, West Virginia, 6 feet, 220 pounds, and his first pitch is right over for strike 1 to Edwards.
Yeah, and Edwards, again, noticeably missing from the Newmarket game on Tuesday, playing in a showcase, getting his name out there. But he's been on fire for the Tom Sox in the games he's appeared in. Obviously got the rain break in there as well. But prior to that, he had gone 8 for 12. He had 4 runs, 6 RBI, 3 doubles, a homer, and 7 stolen bases. So he's causing absolute havoc on the offensive side of the ball, and that's something the Tom Sox desperately need tonight.
He fouls back the 0-1, and it's 0-2 now. And the third pitch comes in the dirt. Count is 1-2. And Edwards, if you remember last year, one of the stalwarts on that championship team, facing a 1-2 count. Leadoff hitter for the Tom Sox here in the bottom of the first. Edwards takes downstairs 2-2. Well, we'll see how long Gardner goes tonight for the Braves, and being a position player as well. The 2-2 is tomahawked out into left field on a line, and a good play tracking over and making the grab. Brady Masiak, a good solid contact there, Jacob, but good scouting report there for the Braves defense.
Yeah, left fielder Masiak able to come and crash in on that ball that was quickly falling down, but that's a good at-bat for Edwards. He sees a couple pitches, gets down in the count, doesn't give up, and makes solid contact, so he'll be ready to go next at-bat as well.
That'll bring up Bryce Martinez, who is with Edwards in the middle of the infield tonight at second base. Englewood, Colorado native out of Wofford College, and he takes a strike letter high.
Martinez, another Valley League All-Star, hitting .355 on the year, and he and Edwards have combined for a real 1-2 punch at the top of this lineup.
The 0-1, Gardner delivers and misses downstairs, 1-1. Crowd is filed in nicely here at CHO Airport Field. Base is empty, 1 away for the Tom Sox as that one buzzes the tower up and in, 2-1.
Yeah, that's a pitch that'll back you off the plate real quick.
I've seen Martinez get hit no fewer than twice this season. But that's just the games I've been at, as he fouls that one back.
Yeah,
2-2.
Not afraid to take one, but any way on is any way on, and
that's
Martinez
true.
is proof of that.
Trey Smith coaches first base down there for the Tom Sox. Orange County native, former Tom Sox player. The 2-2 coming in and fouled off by Martinez.
And even with the leadoff runner, the leadoff hitter out, we have Martinez, who has 8 stolen bases on the year. He has the speed as well, so getting on base would be huge for the Tom Sox here. And we know Lyndon Coleman is not going to hesitate to send him if he's there.
The 2-2 is in the air, foul territory. Let's see if this one will stay in the park, and it won't. It's going to bang off the batting cage and bounce down. Staunton in the predominantly royal blue uniforms with white pants and the white sleeves, of course, reminiscent of the old Atlanta Braves uniforms that you recognize from when Henry Aaron played on that team. 2-2 the count to Martinez. Base is empty, 1 out. Couple of foul balls in a row. Gardner kicks, fires, swing and a miss, strike 3. He took something off of that one, and now there's 2 away.
Yeah, usually taking the velocity off up in the zone is not a good recipe for the pitcher, but up there, it's just sometimes it's not what you're expecting, and so when it's up in there, you're not able to catch up to it even as it slows down. And now stepping in is Henry Ford, who I've just been dying to see step back in. Suffered a hand-wrist injury earlier this season, but before he came in, he's just been mashing the baseball.
He takes a strike to start at third base tonight from right here in Charlottesville at the University of Virginia, where my analyst is also a student. The 0-1 is downstairs. Jacob, a native of Martinsville, down in Southside, Virginia.
Yeah, and the Charlottesville crowd is really excited for Ford as well. He's Charlottesville native, went out to Baylor High School, but he's come back and committed to UVA. Hasn't played yet. He's just graduated out of high school. But if his Tom Sachs production is anything that the UVA fans can look forward to, they've got a real talent on their hands.
He's behind 1-2 after a swing and a miss. Base is empty, 2 away in a scoreless ball game, and there's a 58-footer that bounces before the batter's box. Nice job there by the catcher, Lalo.
Ford hitting 516 plate appearances so far this season.
The 2-2. Delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3, and it's the high pitches that the Tom Sox can't quite get a read on here early as they go down in order in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no score after one complete between the Braves and the Charlottesville Tom Sox. This is Tom Sox TV. Welcome back to CHO Airport Field. 0-0 our score between the Tom Sox and the Staunton Braves as we go to the top of the second inning. Luke Nadkarni, Jacob Tisdale here with you, and I want to welcome a special guest to the booth here in the top of the second inning. Johnny Strazulo, local young aspiring broadcaster, getting a taste of the behind-the-scenes action here as we start the top of the second inning with the shortstop Michael McKinney fouling off the first pitch, 0-1.
And I like what I saw out of pitcher Mark Perkins last inning. It was kind of a bend, don't break philosophy there, getting the first 2 runners on, trust his defense behind him, and really located those pitches in the last couple of batters there. So we'll see if he can continue that momentum here.
0-1 is over the outer half for a strike. And McKinney out of West Virginia University. Participants in the Lexington Regional eliminated in that round. Of course, the regional won by the host Wildcats. Here's the 0-2, and that one is up and in for ball 1. Braves have 1 hit. Got another man on base via the walk, unable to do anything with it back in the first inning. And the 1-2, a check swing, and yes, he did, says our home plate umpire, and that's a strikeout to start the inning for the Tom Sox. So, yeah, Jacob, you pointed it out last inning. Looks like Perkins is starting to settle in a little bit.
And it's really the location on that breaking ball. He's been able to dot it on those outside corners, get people swinging at things maybe they shouldn't be because it looks so good when it's coming in. It's been impressive to see so far.
Noah Canterbury out of Staunton, Virginia, so not a far drive for him at all to play his summer ball. As he takes a called strike over the outside corner. He plays at Fairmont State University, which is actually just south of West Virginia University on I-79.
Yeah, I just sent that to them.
Facing the 0-1 downstairs.
I didn't think we would have any people here, so I didn't have time to make them.
I'll just tell them no.
Tell them we're out. Yeah.
Okay. 1-1 the count, 1 away.
Capacity to make more.
Scoreless ball game here in the top of the second. Perkins going from the stretch with nobody on, and he misses outside 2-1. Tom Sox went down 1-2-3 in the first. Just one hit between the teams here through this first inning plus. And this is a slow chopper to first. 2 hops fielded by the first baseman, Boucher, over to Perkins covering. 3-1 on the putout, and there's 2 away.
Yep, that's one you run in practice plenty of times. Make sure you get the angle right heading up the first base line, and well played by the pitcher Perkins there.
So Gianni Struzzulo is currently a good luck charm for the Tom Sox. 2 batters, 2 outs recorded.
Couldn't be going much better than this so far in his booth.
Josh Lalo, the catcher, digs in. He's out of Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina, just outside of Raleigh, just south of town, and plays at Mary Baldwin University, and he takes a ball inside.
And Mary Baldwin, again, not too far of a trek over to the Stanton Braves.
5'11", 195, and he, like many catchers do, he goes without the batting gloves. Ahead in the count here, he hits this one off the fists to short. Edwards, a bit of a tough throw, and it pulls off the bag, the first baseman, Boucher, but with the catcher running, plenty of time for him to place the tag on to Josh Lalo for a 1-2-3 inning. 0-0 our score. The Braves go down in order, and the Tom Sox come up for their second time at the plate. Right after this is Tom Sox TV. To the bottom of the second we go. Tom Sox 0, Braves 0. Here on Tom Sox TV, and leading off for the Tom Sox here in the bottom of the second inning is the right fielder Hollis Porter, as it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Middle of the order facing Joel Gardner, the Braves pitcher, who doubles as an infielder as well, as he leans down. Righty on lefty matchup here in a scoreless bottom of the second, and that ball is downstairs.
Yeah. Last inning, he was able to get the Tom Sox swinging on pitches that are up a little bit out of the zone. Tom Sox need to be a little bit more selective here.
The 1-0 is hit in the air to right field. It's not very deep, and having to come in and make a one-handed grab is Noah Canterbury. Good play there. So the Tom Sox have hit one down the left field line, had it caught, now one down the right field line.
Yeah, these balls are quickly falling out there, and the outfielders are adjusting and making the tough plays.
That'll bring up Aiden Teal, the designated hitter tonight for the Tom Sox, and native of Mahwah, New Jersey. I can only assume he's related to Kyle Teal.
Yeah, and if you weren't sure, you'll see him take some hacks round the bases, and his helmet will fly off, and that's exactly how you're able to target that as a Teal brother. Teal, last game against Newmarket, had his first collegiate level hit, a double, and he was driven in on a subsequent RBI double. And so he was able to break out of a slump with that double, and we'll see if he can kind of continue that momentum here.
He's ahead 2-0 in the count as the first two pitches quickly come in outside. Bats lefty against the right-hander, Gardner, and now Gardner misses upstairs, and maybe he's just intimidated by the name here because Aiden Teal has not gotten anything to hit. So we may get to see him on the base paths after one more.
And another common thread between these Teal brothers, they're just so animated in these games. as that ball catches the outside corner there.
3-1 our count now with one away, bases empty, 0-0 our score. As the Tom Sox going for win number 10 tonight. Here in this Valley League season, the 3-1 is bounces in the dirt for ball 4, and the Tom Sox have their first base runner of the game.
And with Coach Lyndon Coleman's philosophy on the base paths, runner on first can quickly turn to second, second, third. He's not afraid to send these guys down the base paths.
Here's Alex Boucher, the first baseman, out of Old Dominion, native of Norfolk, Virginia, so plays right in his hometown collegiately. Plays a lot of infield positions. We've seen him at shortstop, third base. Now he's at first base tonight as the pickoff throw to first, diving back safely, is Aiden Teal.
Boucher so far has served as a little bit of a jack of all trades for the Tom Sox this season.
The first pitch, runner goes up high for a ball. Great pop time, great throw, and Teal is out as the high pitch out of the strike zone works to the Braves' advantage there. The runner is gunned down.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit of a unintentional pitch off there as the catcher's in prime position. Josh Lalo delivers a perfect throw down there. And as I said, Lyndon Coleman not afraid to send him down, but that's not without its pitfalls as well. And so leadoff first runner for the Tom Sox gets cut down.
Probably not the first time we'll see that tonight, as the 1-0 is down and out for a ball.
Be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong. You didn't have to say
So the Tom Sox may see a scoring opportunity go up in smoke here, 2-0.
you know that quote.
I know what it is. I just don't know where it's
Gardner steams that pitch in, and it's fouled off the fist. Boy, that had to hurt.
Yeah, that one stung for sure. He's flexing his hand outside of the box.
Boucher down in the count, or excuse me, up in the count, 2-1.
I don't remember what the context of it was.
With nobody on and 2 outs. The kick, the delivery, it's a swing and a miss now, and the count is even. And Gardner's off-speed stuff really working against these Tom Sox
Yeah,
hitters.
he's getting them to chase high and low here. Want to see a little bit more discipline at the plate so far.
Hinks waits on deck from the belt. Called third strike on the outer half, and the best pitch of the night so far from either pitcher sends the Tom Sox down in order for the second time in a row. No runs, no hits, no errors, as the Tom Sox still remain scoreless with the Braves here as we go to the third inning, 0-0. This is Tom Sox TV. To the top of the third we go here at CHO Airport Field. Tom Sox 0, Braves 0. Luke Ned Carney, Jacob Tisdale bringing you this one on the penultimate night of June, as Mark Perkins had a little shaky start, but after getting that 4-6-3 double play in the first inning has really settled in thus far.
Settled in for sure. He's locating his pitches, hitting his spots, and so far it's been a little bit of a pitcher's duel between these two teams here.
Throw goes down to second as leading off for the Braves is Brady Masiak, the left fielder. There go 8, 9, and 1 as the lineup will turn over here in the top of the third.
left fielder, number 35, Brady Masiak.
Masiak out of Walsh University, also nicknamed the Cavaliers, as he takes the ball inside. Native of North Royalton, Ohio. As I'm told, that's the wrong Cavaliers. The 1-0 is hit off the foot of the batter, and that's tough luck for the Tom Sox there. That would have been an easy put out for the pitcher, but it went off his shoe.
Had a little bit of difficulty fielding that, actually, so we'll see as Masiak shakes that one off.
Yeah, you'll see more and more guys wearing those shin guards on the front leg, and Masiak has that kind of in between. You can see his ankles with the Sox, but you can't see up to the knees. Kind of a happy medium there, as that is a fastball at the letters called a strike. I was partial to the wearing the pant legs up at the knees.
Yeah.
Back during my illustrious baseball career.
Had a couple pants fit me like that, hitting a growth spurt. Mom would call them the high waters.
1-2 is hit on the ground to Edwards at short, skims the grass. Edwards ranges over, a laser over to first, and it beats Masiak by half a step, one away.
Just really defensively sound work back there by Edwards. And that was another thing that the Tom Sox were missing on Tuesday, a couple of defensive miscues. But so far, Edwards has been nails back there as well as the rest of the infield.
So the Tom Sox infield has been equal to pretty much every task, and longtime Tom Sox fans are familiar with that kind of play from Kyle Edwards. And Tom Sox fans this year are familiar with this man, Drew Jones, the designated hitter, who spent the first part of the season here in Charlottesville. He went to Ohio State, and that pitch called a strike.
Yeah. So far this season, Stanton's been a little bit kinder to Drew Jones, though, than Charlottesville. He was 3 for 19 here in Charlottesville. Since joining the Braves, he's been 3 for 9, so a little bit more production over there, and maybe he's just found a better fit so far.
Checks his swing on the 0-1. Base umpire says no, he did not, and it is 1-1 with one away and the base is empty. Perkins looking in. He goes from the stretch. Kicks, delivers, and a nice-looking breaking ball over the inner half for strike 2.
Yeah, that one just froze Jones up there. You could see him bring his shoulders, his hands back in, bracing for an inside pitch. That ball just cut right back over the plate.
Looking for his third strikeout of the game in as many innings. This one has hit foul territory to the right side, a mile in the air. And coming over to make the grab in front of his team's dugout is Boucher. And that's 2 away here for the Braves in the top of the third.
There's another strong breaking pitch there. Kind of gets you to throw your hands down at that, and just loop one popped up instead of making that good strong contact you're looking for there. So really nice work by Perkins just locating.
Here's Evan Prophy, who had an infield hit his first time at the plate. The 2-hole hitter, Parliament, walked. And he bats with 2 away. Nobody on, missing outside, 1-0. Out of Westchester University, alma mater of hip-hop artist Asher Roth.
He loves college.
And these guys do too, I would assume. The 1-0 from Perkins is at the letters for a strike. Nice fastball there.
Profi got an interesting grip on his bat. I'm not sure what the bottom handle is, but he's choked up on it a little bit. You don't see that too much at this level, especially with the wood bats that can jam you, sting your fingers a little bit. But that's what he's comfortable with, it seems.
And he hits this one in the air, opposite way, left field line, long run, and it's going to land in fair territory for extra bases. Hinks can't come up with it, and he gets it back in finally, and a 2-out double now for Staunton. So 2 for 2 is the leadoff hitter, Prophy. Prophy.
That one's just tough to get to down there. Ended up back behind the Staunton bullpen, and Prophy flew around the bases there. Good job by Hinks to rein that in and hold him at 2.
Now here comes Joey Parliament with a runner in scoring position. We'll see if he can sign the first run of this game into law here, as he bats with a man on second and 2 outs. Looking back, Perkins, breaking ball to start, and it's called a strike.
Yeah, another one freezes you there. Just catches you off guard, especially first pitch. You're not sure what's coming. You see that breaking pitch, maybe you're expecting a high-end fastball, and that one just takes you right out of the box before you can swing at it.
That's the second hit of the ball game, by the way, for the Braves. Prophy has both of them. Parliament walked his first time at the plate, and he takes a ball downstairs.
KJ Alexander behind the plate doing a nice job keeping that one in front. It was another costly mistake for the Tom Sox in the last game against Newmarket. A couple pass balls allowed runs to actually score. So it'll be big to see KJ back there blocking up, keeping balls in front, and holding runners back.
Alexander, another one of those returning players from last season. The 1-1 is down and out again, 2-1, and that was another, right on cue, another good stop there from Calvin.
Yeah.
Alexander looks over to the dugout. Here in this 2-1 count to the third baseman, Joey Parliament, who is officially 0 for 0 with a walk. Base open here. 2-1 the count, scoreless ball game, top of the third. This one is a dribbler in front of the mound, fielding it and whipping it over to first is Perkins, but it's way out of the reach of the first baseman Boucher, and that error is going to score a run for the Staunton Braves. So taking the place of his teammate Profi at second is Joey Parliament, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, that ball just tipped into no man's land there. It's really a couple people, different people converging on the baseball, a little bit confusing there, and then you've got to make a perfect throw, and it wasn't quite that for Perkins, and a run comes across for the Braves.
Yeah, that's one. Maybe if he had it over again, he probably just eats it and lives to face another batter. But credit to the Braves there, not getting discouraged with 2 outs, getting the double, and now they have a chance to keep going here with Cooper Clapp.
Some of these Valley League games, it doesn't take the big drive. Sometimes all you got to do is put it in play and see what happens.
First pitch is downstairs, ball 1. So the Tom Sox will look to protect the scoreboard here, limit the damage a little bit, as it's a 1-0 count. No real shadows on the field anymore. As the second pitch is downstairs, 2-0. Bullpen quiet for the Tom Sox, and the Braves have a couple guys standing up there, nobody throwing at the moment. I like that the Braves have these big numbers on their uniforms, though, so I can kind of read them from where I am.
Very easily identifiable for sure.
I don't know if you saw those Cincinnati Reds City Connect uniforms with the black numbers on the black jersey, but that should be disallowed as the 2-0 comes in and is fouled down the first base side on the ground, 2-1. Braves with a run in here on 2 hits in this third inning, I should say.
Yeah, in the first inning, we saw Perkins bounce back and start to locate again after some adversity.
The 2-1 is in the zone, swung at and hit foul on the ground again down the first base side. Much shorter distance traveled this time, and one of the Tom Sox players, Aiden Teal, comes out and grabs it. That's been tradition here over the last few years. Designated hitter is the guy who has to go get the foul balls when his team's in the field.
Yeah, if you're not pulling your weight out in the field, you got to do it somehow. I guess that's how the Tom Sox figured it out.
The 2-2 is hit sharply over a leaping Edwards at short and into center field for a base hit. They're going to wave the runner Parliament. He'll come in without a throw, and the best contact of the night so far goes to the 3-hole hitter, Cooper Clapp. And now it's 2-0 Staunton.
Yeah.
All that an RBI single and an unearned run there with the error on the previous batter.
It's difficult to see with 2 outs when you can either eat that ball, maybe have another chance, but that throwing error just comes back to bite Perkins, and now we've got runner on first as well with 2 outs here.
Nate Early comes up to bat now for the Braves. He struck out swinging his first time at the plate as a pickoff throw to first sends the diving Clap back. As the Tom Sox hope they can clap back in the third inning here when they get to the plate. Here's the first pitch, down and in for a ball. Two runs in for the Braves here. Tom Sox have not registered a hit yet in their 2 at-bats. Big leadoff first for the runner. That ball is smacked foul down the first base side, rolling all the way to the Tom Sox bullpen. Braves do have a right-hander throwing in the bullpen on their side.
Got a couple eerie similarities to the Newmarket game on Tuesday. It was the third inning when a couple of defensive miscues put the Rebels up by a couple of runs, and the Tom Sox could never overcome it.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2 as the runner goes. Throw down to Edwards at second is not in time. He did get the tag down, thought he got the out there, and is kind of running around, getting his frustration out in an appropriate manner instead of questioning the umpire's call. But it's 1-2 now. Tom Sox a strike away from getting out.
Yeah, you saw Alexander there, a little bit of a fake pump. Maybe he's adjusting his grip on the ball, making sure he can get the best ball down there that he can. But, yeah, just a little bit of hesitation back there, and that might have been the difference.
The 1-2, that one is a wild pitch by the catcher. Or yes, it did. It did hit the batter. So the runner at second is going to have to go back. Or the runner at second had advanced to third. He's going to have to go back because that's a dead ball if it hit the batter. And the umpires are going to get together. And no, they're going to rule it did not hit him. It's just a ball. So actually, if you're Staunton, you might take that because you got a guy at third now.
That's a stolen base.
That'll go in as a stolen base.
So Early will have to come back and finish his AB. I think that's the right call there. I didn't see the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure I saw
change
contact
direction
there.
or anything like that.
Early obviously wasn't going to argue, but again, as you said, that call may end up benefiting the Braves more than the hit by pitch.
And our base umpire was standing kind of right behind the mound, a little bit to the left, so he also had a pretty good view of it. Now it's 2-2 with the runner on third. Braves up 2-0. This one is hit on the ground. 2 hops to Martinez. Should be easy. Over to Boucher at first, and the Tom Sox get out of the inning. But the Braves get 3 hits and 1 error from the Tom Sox. Played a couple of runs, and they lead this ball game 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. This is Tom Sox TV. Tom Sox in a 2-run hole here as we go to the bottom of the third inning. And the Staunton Braves are making a pitching change. Brett Dowling, a right-hander, 6'2", 195 pounds into the game, out of Volunteer State Community College, a native of Mount Joliet, Tennessee. And Jacob, he replaces a guy, Joel Gardner, who pitched 2 pretty solid innings for Staunton.
Yeah, I imagine this is kind of the plan. They had a little bit of an opener approach, maybe a little bit of a bullpen game. Again, this game was originally rained out earlier last week, so a couple of bullpen adjustments for both teams here.
He'll get his chance against 7, 8, and 9, the bottom of the Tom Sox order. Connor Hinks out of Notre Dame, as we have Notre Dame players on either side of this matchup tonight in the starting lineups, and Hinks takes a strike on the outside corner. Hinks is a utility guy too. He's been around the infield, played third, played first, and now he's in left tonight as he faces an 0-1 count, and that is a ball high, pops out of the mitt of the catcher Lalo, and count is even. Righty on lefty matchup. There's a big gap up the middle in the infield. Here's the 1-1 swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, 1-2. can check out Tom Sox Weekly right here on Tom Sox TV. Our second episode just dropped with some Notre Dame flavor in it.
Yeah.
It's the 2-2, the 1-2, I should say, is outside for 2-2 count. Jacob, you did, I believe, the Charlottesville insider story.
That's right. I've got a lot of insight on how these guys spend their summers in Charlottesville off the field. And, you know, they have a lot of fun in a lot of different ways. It's a very unique group of guys. Each of them enjoys their own thing. But you can kind of tell it's at the point in the season where they've gotten to know each other. They've kind of developed those friendships that are, you know, not the primary goal of the Valley Baseball League as you're looking to continue to stay in shape, stay fresh, get your name out there perhaps in the transfer portal. But, you know, another beautiful thing about the Valley Baseball League is the friendships and connections across college baseball that you make. And that's really happening here with the Tom Sox lineup.
Hinks hits the ball high into left, and that's caught by the left fielder Masiak for out number one, as now Calvin Alexander comes up and takes a strike on the outer half. So 7 batters up, 7 outs recorded for the Tom Sox as Alexander hits this one high and deep to left field. Going back, Masiak, and at the lip of the track, he makes a one-handed grab. And off the bat, I thought we might have had another Calvin Alexander moonshot, but that one falls down. No real wind to help us out, and you know, this heavy air knocked that ball down.
Yeah, Alexander does have the pop to drive one out. Last year, he was among the top 5 in the Valley Baseball League in homers. He has that pop again tonight. Ball just came out a little bit dead, and I'm sure the air and conditions play a factor into that.
Here's Sergio Rivera, the magic man, our center fielder, as he takes a strike over the outer half at the letters. And you saw him and Alex Rocco showcasing his magic skills on the first episode of Tom Sox Weekly. The 0-1 from Dowling is hit on the ground, and it eats up Parliament, the third baseman. It's stopped and kept in the infield by the shortstop McKinney, but that's going to allow the runner to get to first base, and the Tom Sox have their first hit of tonight's ballgame.
Yeah, Rivera definitely has the speed to make that something where the shortstop, McKinney, just has to hold up there, not make that throw. And, you know, not always the prettiest, but one hit can end up being a breakthrough for teams like these. So Kyle Edwards up to the plate with a runner on.
I'll turn the Tom Sox lineup over as well, as that pitch is up and away for a ball. Yeah, we saw it with the Braves last inning. It was a double, not a single, but getting that 2-out base runner, especially against a pitcher who's in his first inning here. As the Tom Sox bullpen is currently quiet. From the stretch now, Dowling looks in, delivers, and fires a perfect strike at the letters, 1-1.
Yeah, Rivera extending that lead a good bit over there. He's one of the bigger speed threats on this team, and it'll be interesting. The Tom Sox have been caught stealing. We've seen the arm by Lalo. We'll see what it goes. Oh, there he is right there.
Yep, there goes
off.
the runner, and he is going to be safe this time as the throw goes into center field. No advancement further, though, from the 9-hole hitter, now runner, Rivera, and Tom Sox with a 2-2 count here against Kyle Edwards with 2 outs, 7 runner in scoring position.
From my lips to the field, it seems.
A 2-1 count, excuse me. That was the third pitch of the at-bat, as Edwards was confirming what the call was and what the count was with our home plate umpire, who turns back to us and says that was me, guys. So much appreciated there. Runner goes to third now, Rivera, and there's not even going to be a throw, as no one was really covering until too late. So another stolen base for the Tom Sox, and now a 3-1 count. You see how careful they'll be with Edwards here.
Yeah. Outside pitch there. You've got a batter in the left side, and the defense just not ready for that. It's the element of surprise as well.
Edwards hits this one in the air to right center field. Going back, it's a long run into the gap, but it settles into the glove of Noah Canterbury, and the Tom Sox leave a man on third base. They do get their first hit of the ball game, so no history will be made tonight in the Valley League, but the Braves still lead 2-0 as we go to the fourth. This is Tom Sox TV. We are in the middle innings here at CHO Airport Field. Staunton Braves 2, Charlottesville Tom Sox nothing here on Tom Sox TV. Luke Ned Carney, Jacob Tisdale bringing you this one, as it's been Mark Perkins the whole way through so far for Charlottesville, as a couple guys start to get loose in the bullpen. And facing 5, 6, and 7, Michael McKinney will lead things off, the shortstop for the Braves. He struck out his first time at the plate.
Yeah, we'll see how far they go with Perkins here. As you said, they've got an arm up in the pin, but I think they'll take it batter by batter here, and they would be thrilled to get another inning out of him.
First pitch is chopped foul into the Braves dugout. Nice one-handed grab by Brady Masiak, the left fielder, who came up with that one. 0-1 the count, as the Braves enjoy a 2-0 lead here in the top of the fourth inning. The 0-1 is right over for strike 2, and good start here for Perkins out of Rice University. Tom Sox have a lefty in the bullpen.
Perkins hits the 50 pitch mark there, 30 strikes, 20 balls.
The 0-2 is laid off of by McKinney, as it's Ryan Lynch in the bullpen, another Notre Dame guy. Base is empty here, first batter, top of the fourth. From the stretch, Perkins, swing and a miss, strike 3 on a ball that just dove down in the strike zone. That's like when your friend's about to sit down and you just pull the chair out from under them. That's what that looked like.
The breaking ball has, when it's been there, it's really been there for Perkins. He's able to get swings and misses and catch corners about as well as anyone so far with that ball.
So it's the second inning out of 4 that Perkins has started with a strikeout, and it's been McKinney both times, as Noah Canterbury, the right fielder, who had a nice catch to retire the Tom Sox in the bottom of the third inning, takes a strike. And Tom Sox trail 2-0 here, as Canterbury bats with the bases empty. That one misses outside 1-1, and Noah Canterbury plays at Fairmont State University, which is up near West Virginia University. Here's the 1-1 outside. Of course, if he played at Coastal Carolina, he'd be a Chanticleer from the Canterbury Tales.
Canterbury so far this year, 250. He has a little bit of power. He's driven a home run out so far, 9 RBI, 9 walks.
Batting with the bases clear here. It's 2-1 is upstairs, 3-1, and Tom Sox have done a good job since that first inning of not issuing free bases, so trailing 2-0. You don't want Perkins to issue one here. The 3-1 is a fastball right over the middle, and it's looped out into left field the opposite way. Nice piece of hitting there by the Braves for a one-out single. Credit to Canterbury there, and here's a one-out base runner.
Yeah, that's a strong piece of hitting, not trying to do too much with it, sees where the pitch is and just kind of flips it away through that third base shortstop gap there. Really strong work. It's tough to see a hitter make good contact on that, but that's exactly what Canterbury was able to do.
Here's Josh Lalo, the catcher, batting with 1 on, 1 away, and Lyndon Coleman is out in front of the dugout. I wonder if we'll see him get to the if we get to the top of the order again. Wonder if we'll see a pitching change here, as the first pitch by Lalo, or to Lalo, is swung on and fouled back toward the Staunton dugout.
Coleman squatted in a very deep contemplative state over there.
Yeah, he usually has a plan coming in for the pitchers as well, so doesn't like to have to deviate from that, but sometimes the situation calls for it. I don't think we're at that point right now. It's the 1-1 comes in, or the 0-1 I should say, comes in and misses outside. It's 1-1 here with 1 away.
He's not afraid to be unorthodox. We saw in a Saturday away game against the Strasburg Express, we had 9 pitchers go in 8 innings, setting a team record. So he's not afraid to get people out there, and he's not afraid to go inning by inning, batter by batter with anyone in his rotation.
Off-speed pitch on the 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2, and Tom Sox would like another one of those double plays here, trailing 2-0 in the top of the fourth. The kick, the delivery, and a swing and a miss, strike 3 by Lalo. He goes fishing and they're not biting here at just before 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. So 2 outs here in the top of the fourth, and Tom Sox would do well to strand a runner here with Brady Maciak coming up.
That pitch just leaves a lot of flailing out there a little bit. It's just the ball's not where he's expecting it to be. The break is just a little bit too wicked for him to handle.
First pitch to Maciak is over for a strike. Nice breaking ball there in a righty-on-lefty matchup. Maciak is out of North Royalton, Ohio, Walsh University. Batting with 2 away and a runner on first. The Braves up 2-0. They scored twice in the top of the third as that gets by Alexander, hits off our home plate umpire, but it bounces high enough for the runner to advance. So Canterbury now into scoring position with 2 away. And Alexander doing that baseball courtesy where he's going to go out and talk to his pitcher so the umpire can have a few extra seconds. And you'll see the umpire do that too if the catcher takes one off of his person.
Yeah, you see that one kick off the home plate umpire's shin there, I think. I know that can't feel good. They have pads. I'm not sure what that motion means. Don't know if you have any insight.
I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe he's saying he doesn't need the trainer or something like that. Looks like we're ready to go as the count is 1-1 to Maciak. Braves up 2-0, 2 away with a runner on second. That's Noah Canterbury. The 1-1 downstairs in the dirt, 2-1.
Alexander has to block up there. A couple pitches buried in a row here. See if Perkins can locate, close out this inning here.
Big lead for Canterbury over at second. Nobody holding him on as the 2-1 comes in on a slider, and nice job there of getting him to swing and a miss at strike 2. Drew Jones waits on deck, the Ohio State product and former Tom Sox player from earlier this season. And I got to believe that would probably be it for Perkins if we get that far in the order. But he's got 2 strikes and 2 outs here as the fastball misses just inside and will do a payoff.
Yeah, tries to go 2 inside pitches in a row there. Bites on the first one. The second one he's able to hold off.
So this won't start the runner necessarily because there's a base open, but 3-2, 2 outs here, runner in scoring position for the 8-hole hitter. Braves up 2-0. They scored 2 in the top of the third. We're in the fourth. The payoff is hit slowly to second base. Martinez is going to have to charge, but he comes up with it and tosses it over to Boucher at first in time to get the Tom Sox out of the inning as the Braves strand a runner in scoring position. However, Tom Sox have yet to crack the scoreboard. They'll get their fourth try at the plate when we come back. This is Tom Sox Baseball. Tom Sox and Braves here on a Thursday night at CHO Airport Field. The Braves have a 2-0 lead here as we enter the fourth inning, bottom of the fourth inning, to be exact, as the Tom Sox did a good job of getting out of that jam in the top half, but now need to get some offense going as night slowly beginning to fall here as we approach the 8 o'clock hour here in Charlottesville. And Bryce Martinez, who's been pretty essential in the field tonight, now leads things off for the Tom Sox, who have not gotten their leadoff man on in any inning yet.
Yeah, you saw Martinez charging in to make an outstanding play to close out that last half inning. And what I'm noticing as the sun starts to set here is we've got a bit of a grayish tinge. Could easily lose a baseball up there when combined with the lights.
And substitution on defense for the Braves to report. Jeff Snyder is now in at third base, replacing Joey Parliament, as Bryce Martinez takes a strike over the inner half to start. So Snyder out of Bridgewater College, right here in the heart of Valley League territory. An 0-1 count to Martinez and a pitch in the dirt. He went around. No appeal necessary, and count now 0-2.
Seems Parliament has been adjourned for the day. Had to think on that one for a minute.
Wonder how many seats he'll take down there in the dugout, as the 0-2 is just outside for ball one. As Jacob finally getting the hang of what it's like to broadcast a game with me.
Well, it's infectious.
The 1-2 is fouled out of play, as we'll do it again. And on deck for the Tom Sox, or I should say, yeah, on deck for the Tom Sox is Henry Ford. 2, 3, and 4, the hitters due up here for the Tom Sox in this inning. They trail 2-0. The 1-2 right over the outside corner, called third strike, and that one just froze Martinez. He could do nothing about that.
Yeah, that's just perfectly placed.
So the drought continues for the Tom Sox, getting their leadoff man on base. They have yet to do it here in 4 innings, as Henry Ford will try to be the man who gets the offense going. And Fords are not too bad at starting the engines. So the first pitch is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Of course, it also means if you're a certain type of person, fix or repair daily. So this one is up in the air, high right side of the field, drifting into foul territory, and making the catch is Nate Early. So 2 quick outs here for the Tom Sox in the bottom of the 4th inning. Brett Dowling doing a great job for Staunton.
Yeah, he's really just able to minimize the hard contact and freeze batters when he needs to. It's strong work out there for the Braves on the mound.
Hollis Porter, the cleanup man, digs in out of Mississippi State, who finished dead last in the SEC this season, as he takes a called strike over the inside corner. Oh, and 1 the count. Base is empty. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Upstairs and away. Count is even 1-1. Aiden Teal would be next for the Tom Sox, who have some action in the bullpen. Ryan Lynch continues to throw, the left-hander. The 1-1. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. And seen a couple of those here from the Tom Sox this inning.
Yeah, that's just one you're not able to hold back on. In your head, you know not to, but it just looks too good, and then the break just gets you.
With the bases empty, the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. It's in the dirt, so they have to put the tag on him. Lalo touches Hollis Porter with the baseball, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for the Tom Sox offense, as they have not been able to get the bats going tonight. 2-0 Staunton. We go to the 5th inning. This is Tom Sox TV. Former Tom Sock Drew Jones leads things off here in the top of the fifth for the Staunton Braves, who lead 2-0 over the Tom Socks here at CHO Airport Field. Mark Perkins retoes the rubber. He's out for inning number 5 as Lynch continues to throw in the bullpen and missing downstairs and outside for ball number 1. Tom Sox trail 2-0 here. All the scoring in the top of the third inning for the Braves. 2 unearned runs as Drew Jones looks at a ball just downstairs. It's 2-0. He fouled out to third base his first time at the plate. 9-hole hitter for the Braves, who will turn the lineup over after him. As that's a get me over for a strike, 2-1.
Perkins hovering around 70 pitches now. Oh, just hits it. 40 strikes, 30 balls. And yes, he does go there. So that'll be 2 strikes on Jones.
2-2 the count now. That's the 41st strike thrown by Perkins, who we'll see what Lyndon Coleman chooses to do this inning with a reliever hot in the bullpen. And Ryan Lynch is now standing kind of on the edge of the bullpen. I wonder if this 9-hole hitter might be the last one for Perkins. Here's the 2-2 coming in after a long pause. The kick, the delivery, strike 3 called over the outer half. And yep, here comes Lyndon Coleman from his spot in front of the dugout. And that was the last batter for Perkins, and that was a good way for him to go out.
Yeah, that's a solid exit. Really interesting outing for Mark Perkins. He goes 4 1/3. No earned runs, even though the 2 runs that come across are the result of his throwing error. Interesting way that works when you're the pitcher. The defense assumes the responsibility, even if you are the one making that throw. So he exits 4 1/3. Ends up with 5 strikeouts on the afternoon as well, or excuse me, evening as well.
So it'll be giving way to Ryan Lynch, the left-hander out of Granger, Indiana, and Notre Dame. So the Tom Sox go from a righty to a lefty, and we'll see if that provides any confusion for the Staunton batters as Lynch towing the mound for his warm-up tosses. What do you have on him?
Yeah, Lynch has gone 7 2/3 this season in 3 appearances, giving up 2 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, and he's collected a win this season. And as you alluded to, Coach Coleman really likes to switch up the arm slots and angles there. Make sure that those batters can't get too comfortable with with the ball coming in on one side or another. And that's difficult when you're used to the ball kind of making an inherent turn one way or another. When you come in and it's arriving from a different side of the mound, it's always difficult to adjust to.
So for the starter, Perkins, the Braves get 5 hits off of him, a couple of unearned runs as Perkins struck out, 4 batters on the evening as he works 4 1/3 into this 5th inning. No base runners on right now, so there'll be nobody inherited. You can go ahead and close the book on the Rice University product, and we go from Conference USA to the ACC as Notre Dame just barely missing out on the NCAA tournament this season, and several Notre Dame players here for the Tom Sox. We're getting a good look at a couple of them tonight. Hinks in left field, and now this is personally my first look at Ryan Lynch, so we'll see if he can keep this deficit at 2-0, which Tom Sox, well, they've done all right on defense minus the error, but really cannot really get much going on offense.
Yeah, they're going to need this score to hold until their bats really start going here.
So it'll be a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Evan Prophy, who is 2 for 2 tonight. He's had the 2-out double in the third that got that rally started for the Braves. Facing Lynch for the first time tonight, and he takes a ball downstairs after squaring around a bunt.
Yeah, he's been the guy so far that has given the Tom Sox a good bit of trouble here.
The proverbial thorn in the side. 1-0 with 1 out. Is hit on the ground. Couple of hops to Boucher at first. He will glove it and take it himself, outrunning the speedy Prophy. And that'll be the 2nd out of the inning for the Braves as the 5 strikeouts for Mark Perkins was tied for the 2nd most this season.
if you're Lynch out there, you're really happy with that. Have that, get 2 pitches out there, grab another out, and now you're one more until you're back in the dugout.
Jeff Snyder, the third baseman, comes in. He replaced Parliament. So a bit of a revolution at third base, if you will, as he takes a strike over the outer half. And unfortunately, longtime PA announcer Jeff Harrington is not here to laugh at all my jokes tonight. As the 0-1 is swung on and missed, strike 2. Tom Sox looking for a straightforward inning here. As Lyndon Coleman directing traffic out from in front of the dugout. I think a ball got onto the field, and yeah, someone from the Staunton bullpen.
Whoops.
So hopefully that doesn't mess up the rhythm of the pitcher too much. Lynch, as he's doing pretty well through a batter plus an 0-2 count here on Snyder. As Lynch kicks, fires, and this one is hit in the air, foul territory right side, and that'll get out of play. Tom Sox trailed 2-0. Staunton got both their runs in the top of the third. But finally getting Profi retired for the first time tonight. Got to feel like a win for the Tom Sox.
Yeah, and Lynch has looked really comfortable out here. If he's able to record a strike or an out here, could go a long way to waking the bats up as well. Sometimes that energy can kind of translate from one side of the ball to the other.
This one's popped up into short center field. 3 Tom Sox converging on it, but it'll be the second baseman, Bryce Martinez, who bags it for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Staunton Braves in the top of the 5th. We are halfway home from CHO Airport Field. This is Tom Sox TV. Aiden Teal, the leadoff hitter for the Tom Sox. They trailed 2-0 to Staunton here at CHO Airport Field. Bottom of the 5th inning as Brett Dowling comes out for inning number 3 of relief, as we have time called as a couple Staunton pitchers shuffling their way between the dugout and the bullpen. But Braves haven't needed to get the bullpen working too much tonight, as Dowling has thrown 2 perfect innings of relief and misses upstairs with the first.
Dowling's been very comfortable out there so far.
The 1-0 to Aiden Teal is upstairs, 2-0, as Teal worked to walk his first time at the plate. Brother of standout Virginia catcher Kyle Teal, who we expect to be drafted very highly. The 2-0 is upstairs, 3-0. Of course, the Cavaliers, fresh off their 5th appearance at the College World Series in Omaha in the last 15 years. The 3-0 is over the outer half, strike 1.
Yeah, it was an outstanding year for baseball in Charlottesville throughout the spring. Just a lot of beautiful games to go to at Davenport. I don't know what happened in Omaha, to be frank with you. Teal drives one out to deep center field.
And it's deep, but not quite deep enough, as drifting back. And on the warning track, Evan Profi reaches up and makes the grab. And that's out number 1. That's a couple of hard-hit balls we've seen from the Tom Sox just dying out there on the warning track.
Alexander had one as well. Just a couple of those that don't quite have the extra oomph that it takes to get over a fence here at CHO Airport Field.
This is well known as a pitcher's park here in the Valley League, as Alex Boucher, the first baseman, comes to the plate. He's a college teammate of Kyle Edwards at Old Dominion, and he takes a ball inside. 2-0 our score. Staunton in front here in the bottom of the 5th. Tom Sox have failed in every inning, make that 5 out of 5 so far to get the leadoff man aboard, and the 1-0 is upstairs, 2-0, and Dowling struggling to find the zone, but the Tom Sox hitters helping him out by hitting it directly at Staunton fielders every time they make contact. So the 2-0 is upstairs again, 3-0, and I'm assuming we're going to see the take sign here.
Yeah, you have to imagine Lyndon Coleman on the first base line making the call there.
Yeah, he directs traffic from the dugout. Trey Smith at first, and Brian Worth coaches at third. As a 4-pitch walk issued, that one upstairs, and Tom Sox get a 1-out base runner. So I wonder if we'll see any kind of movement on the base paths or something like that from Boucher, who probably about moderate in terms of speed. He's no Sergio Rivera, we'll say that.
Yeah, Boucher this season has no stolen bases, which is a bit of an anomaly for this Tom Sox team, which steals from top to bottom.
Well, down 2-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll see if they decide to try and change that, as Hinks takes a ball downstairs, a 1-0, and that was the 5th straight ball thrown by Dowling, whose catcher Lalo goes out to have a quick word. And if time called now officially by the Braves dugout, it's Camden Earls will head out for a visit. He is the pitching coach. Michael Austin, in his first season, is the manager for the Staunton Braves. As there is action going on in the bullpen. It is a left-handed batter here for the Tom Sox, facing a righty pitcher, Dowling.
Dowling with 34 pitches tonight. He has 2 strikeouts, just forcing a lot of contact. But again, as you mentioned, they're right to the stand batters.
And our home plate umpire goes out, charges a conference to the Braves. As Braves looking to roll up a double play here. Tom Sox did it back in the first inning to cut down a couple of Staunton runners and end a threat. But Connor Hinks now, the native of Western Springs, Illinois, at Notre Dame, has a 1-0 count with 1 away. And the Braves move into double play depth. Here's the pitch. That one is just upstairs. Did he go? No. And it was a pretty good-looking pitch. Didn't miss by much.
Yeah, missed by a couple centimeters up high.
Two 2-0 with a runner on first. Tom Sox down 2-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Brett Dowling from the stretch delivers, and this one is hit in the air, center field. Not real deep, however, though, and this time coming in to make the catch is Profi. That's 2 flies to center field here for the 2 outs, sandwiched around a walk in the Tom Sox 5th. And that'll bring up Calvin Alexander, the catcher, who got a pretty good piece of one the last time he was at the plate.
Yeah, he has the strength to yank a couple out of here, but with the conditions tonight and just the general coldness that the Tom Sox bats have right now, we'll take anything, really.
Yeah, his fly to left field died on the warning track. Coming off the bat, I thought he had gotten another one, but Alexander, the catcher, the 8-hole hitter, bats with 1 on and 2 out, and he takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. I'd like to say hello to Calvin's parents if they're listening. They're regulars tuning into the broadcast. Were last year as well when he was a member of this team. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in here today in a 2-0 ball game in the bottom of the 5th. There's a curveball on the 0-1, and it's hit foul on the ground into the Staunton dugout, 0-2. Alexander wearing Andrew Jones' old number 25.
I did a push-up challenge against him. I
An
lost.
0-2 count with a runner on first.
I had to bank it.
Dowling fires, misses outside.
Yeah, that's 1-0-2. You're just trying to get him to go fish out there, get him to chase something he has no business hitting. And it's a good 0-2 pitch.
And do you have any threes? Go fish. Not biting there. As a soft toss back over to first just to keep the runner honest.
Yeah, not too much movement from Boucher over there. And a team full of speedsters, he's probably not topping the list of the 40-yard dash.
Definitely not, as the 1-2 is downstairs in the dirt, 2-2. See, 90 feet between bases, so that would be 30 yards. It's about as far as I can throw a football. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three on an off-speed pitch, and Dowling does a good job to get out of the inning there and fan Calvin Alexander. Tom Sox get a base runner via the walk, but can't do anything with it. They only have one hit through 5 innings thus far, and the Braves lead 2-0. This is Tom Sox TV. Luke Nedcarney, Jacob Tisdale back with you here at CHO Airport Field in a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Staunton Braves. We go to inning number 6. Ryan Lynch, the second pitcher of the night for the Tom Sox, toes the rubber, and he came into the middle of last inning. Looks pretty good. Keeping the Braves at 2 runs here is going to be essential.
Yeah, it's not looking like there's a ton of offensive firepower for the Tom Sox. If they're going to get runs, they might have to scratch them across, and you'd really like to limit the damage here for the Braves and keep it at 2, keep that within reach for them.
3, 4, and 5 for the Braves due up here in this top of the 6th. Cooper Clapp, who's got an RBI single tonight. Not to be confused with Cooper Kupp. Although they might be about the same height. As lefty-on-lefty matchup, Lynch misses with a fastball low.
In the 3-hole, Clapp's been performing for the Braves this year. 323 on the year. Really strong performance for him over the course of the season.
Clapp swings at the 1-0 and fouls it sharply down the first base side. That could have been trouble if it was about 3 feet to the left, but harmless there. It's 1-1. And Cooper Kupp is 6'2". Cooper Clapp is 5'10", so I was wrong on that one.
Yeah.
And these middle innings, 2-0 ball game. 1-2 on an off-speed pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Lynch showing good command, both the fastball and the breaking pitch here.
Neither of the runs that the Braves scored in the third were earned. As Clapp puts a charge into this one. Going back, Rivera on the warning track in center field and coming down with it for out number 1. That's another one of those well-hit balls that just cannot carry quite enough.
Yeah, just warning track power between the two teams here so far.
The first baseman, number 42, Nate Early.
Not sure if you can see the flag that's about 20 feet to the left of the foul pole, but no movement to speak of whatsoever from Old Glory out there in right.
Now, air tonight still heavy, not conducive to those long balls.
If you're Phil Collins, you probably cannot feel it coming in the air tonight as the first pitch is over for a strike. Nate Early, the first baseman, on a lefty-on-lefty matchup as our home plate umpire takes another one and actually just scoops it right up and throws it back to the pitcher, but he's going to take a second here.
That is one heck of a recovery. I know that did not feel good, but a really heroic effort to just deliver that ball back to the mound.
Alexander will go out and talk to his pitcher. Lynch is 0 for 2 tonight. Is the cleanup man early. It's Ben Robertson behind the plate tonight doing yeoman's work.
Yeah, he's taken a couple knocks so far, but been a great sport about it, and again giving that signal.
Yeah, I think that's him saying, "All right, I'm good. Let's play ball." So we want to say thank you to all these umpires who take times out of their days, time off from their regular jobs, and drive their own vehicles to all the parks in the Valley League to umpire these games. Wouldn't be able to do it without them on a 1-1 pitch that misses down and outside.
Alexander making sure he blocks that one up. Spares behind the plate umpire from any additional pain he might have to go through there.
2-0 Braves, 1 out here, base is empty. Top of the 6th inning. Cleanup man early at the plate, facing Lynch, lefty on lefty. And that one is outside. Ball 3. Tom Sox have been held to 1 hit by Staunton pitching tonight. The 3-1, another fastball, and that one is fouled back into the backstop and trickles over to the left side. On-deck batter grabs it and tosses it back over to the Tom Sox dugout.
We have not seen a walk from Lynch so far here, and I think he's going to try and force some contact here.
Payoff pitch, and there you go again, as this is a grass-skimming grounder to second base. The throw from Martinez, however, pulls Boucher off the bag, and he's unable to get the tag down, and that's going to be an E4, second error of the game for the Tom Sox, and the Braves have a 1-out base runner.
Yeah, I'm not sure what goes wrong there for Martinez. Fielded it, I believe, pretty cleanly, maybe got a bad grip on it or something, but that one just gets away from him, and Boucher unable to apply the tag on the errant throw there.
Ball wasn't hit real hard. I think Martinez could have been better served to charge it, but as it is now, Staunton with a 1-out base runner. And the shortstop, Michael McKinney, digging into the plate, and he takes a strike over the outer half, a curveball that is called a strike. Top of the 6th, 0-1 the count, swing and a miss, strike 2. And Lynch back in front.
Big cut there by McKinney. He had big intentions for that ball, but just continued to drop it, break beneath his bat there.
McKinney out of WVU. Fastball on the inner half. Did he go? The appeal. And yes, he did, says the base umpire. And that's a strikeout for Lynch and out number 2 here in the top of the 6th.
It's a great job by Lynch. Doesn't let the defensive error behind him phase him whatsoever. Gets a 3-pitch strikeout.
And that completes the hat trick for McKinney. That's his 3rd strikeout of the ballgame. All of the swinging variety. So next time to the plate, he'll be fighting off the golden sombrero as a runner on first with 2 away. And now Noah Canterbury, who's got a base hit to his credit. Had an opposite field single his last time at the plate, and he takes a strike. Canterbury part of that 1-2 Northern West Virginia punch after that West Virginia Mountaineer McKinney, the Fairmont State product. Canterbury takes the ball downstairs.
Definitely useful. It doesn't seem early too intent on getting down to second base or anything like that. Not huge lead or anything.
2-0 Braves in front as the 1-1 is a curveball that is in the zone. It was check swung on, but in the zone anyway for a strike. And the Tom Sox 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. The 1-2. Lynch kicks, fires, strike 3 called over the inner half, and a strong end to the inning for Tom Sox pitching as this defensive struggle continues. Tom Sox able to work around the error, but they've got to get something going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 2-0 Staunton. This is Tom Sox TV. New pitcher into the game for the Staunton Braves, Crew Egan, a Louisville, Kentucky native, left-hander, 6'2", 205 pounds, out of Bellarmine University, right there in his hometown of Louisville. And third pitcher tonight, Jacob, for the Staunton Braves. The first two, really nothing to complain about if you're Michael Austin.
Yeah, outstanding work from Staunton to begin the game. These first innings, they've just kind of cruised through, and now they turn to Egan, who in his first season at Bellarmine, he had 15 relief appearances, 9.2 innings, and yeah, he's been solid out there, not giving up too much of anything from what I can see.
So he'll face 9, 1, and 2 for the Tom Sox lineup. As really been tough to get things going for the bats here all night, no matter who's been on the mound. And now it'll be a lefty for the first time. And we talked about how the Tom Sox like to change it up. Now the Braves are bringing out the first lefty of the night. So we'll see if that is a good or a bad thing for Tom Sox hitters as Sergio Rivera leads things off, the center fielder.
Yeah, usually it's when these teams are getting comfortable with a certain arm slot, you can switch it up and throw them off. But so far, the Tom Sox have not been comfortable at the plate all evening, so we'll see how they handle the lefty here.
Kyle Edwards is on deck. Bryce Martinez is in the hole, 9, 1, and 2, as mentioned, and that one is outside for a ball. Tom Sox just a bloop and a blast, as they say, from tying up this ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. And he just starts with getting that leadoff man on, which they have been unable to do through the first 5. But a 2-0 count now as missing way upstairs.
And Rivera at the bottom of the lineup, that kind of serve as what they call a double leadoff, because once you have him on, you can get right back to Edwards. But Rivera on the base paths is just absolutely electric out there. We had some stats on his nearly league-leading stolen bases after taking both second and third early in this game.
He looks at a ball upstairs again, and Crew Egan with some trouble finding the strike zone. Tom Sox need to get the leadoff runner on to break that streak of innings, and that one is right over for a strike. And now 3-1 hitters count to Rivera, who is known for his magic tricks. I wish there was a magic way to hit a two-run homer with nobody on base, but still haven't figured that out. As he takes a walk, and for the first time tonight, after that ball 4 down and away, the Tom Sox have the leadoff man aboard.
Yeah, well, all it takes is a little bit of magic on the base pass, and he certainly has that. And Edwards stepping to the plate, as hot as he's been recently. A little bit of offense looming for the Tom Sox here if they can make it happen.
Leadoff slot now. Kyle Edwards, who's flied out twice, once to left, once to right. And taking a strike over the outer half, 0-1. 2-0 here for the Braves in the bottom of the 6th. There is a right-hander stirring in the bullpen for Staunton. The 0-1 upstairs, ball 1.
Over on first base, Rivera mixing it up on the secondary leads, not getting a huge initial lead there, and then kind of stutter stepping, trying to stay in the lefty pitcher's mind over there, distract him from the task at hand.
The 1-1 is upstairs again. It's consistently been missing upstairs. Has Egan.
Yeah.
I wonder if we might see a mound visit here if this gets much more out of hand.
When the control is struggling, sometimes it can be a little bit of a focus issue. And when you've got a lefty, you're facing right at the runner on first, and Rivera doing everything he can to kind of contribute to that.
2-1 count, big secondary lead this time for Rivera as the pitch stays inside and misses. 3-1 now, a hitter's count to a really good hitter in Kyle Edwards. Braves clinging to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. They got both their runs unearned in the 3rd inning. As looking back to first, Egan, now the left-handed delivery is hit very well down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. And that is a foul ball off the bat of Kyle Edwards, and just a long strike as it turns out.
He went down and got it, and that was the first drive tonight that had the pop to get over the fence, just unfortunately a little too far down left field. over the Staunton bullpen.
So that exhale you heard from the left side was the entire Staunton Braves dugout as they still have the lead as the runner goes on a 3-2 pitch. This ball is hit in the air, center field pretty well. Going back is Profi, and he's just going to have room. Yet another fly ball to the deepest part of the ballpark for the Tom Sox. Now Edwards has flied out to each outfielder for Staunton here in this game.
Yeah, that's right. And Rivera stealing there. He just kind of freezes right before he hits second, knows there's nothing for him to do but turn back there. And that's just a big turnaround for the Braves there from the going off the bat, the pitch before to that.
Bryce Martinez digs in. He has been charged with an error in the field tonight, and he's struck out twice, once swinging, once looking, and he bats with one out downstairs, ball one. So Kyle Edwards probably kicking himself in the dugout, just missing a home run a couple of times.
Yeah, that would have been huge.
Pickoff throw to first. They had Rivera leaning for a second, but the throw was a little bit casual, so back to first he goes. And now with but one man out, we'll see if we get some motion on the base paths from the Tom Sox here with the two-hole hitter up. Here's a big primary lead, not going, however, and Martinez takes a strike over the outer half.
I'm just not sure as a lefty pitcher how you're not able to just, or how you are able to just block out all that noise over there. So disruptive.
The 1-1 down in the dirt, 2-1. As Egan takes a little stroll off the mound, adjusts his mitt. Bryce Martinez out of Wofford. He's a native of Inglewood, Colorado. Rivera dancing off the bag. Time called, and we have a pitch clock violation against the Braves, so that's going to count as a ball and make it a 3-1 hitter's count. It is the base umpire who keeps time.
Yeah,
And
Egan's just showing a lot of discomfort out there, it seems.
now the runner goes on a 3-1, and it doesn't matter as that one's down and out. And the Tom Sox have the tying run aboard now with one out in the sixth, and the three-hole hitter, Henry Ford, coming up, and time called now, and Michael Austin is coming out to the mound. I think that might be it for Crew Egan, because this is the head man now for the Braves, and he has made the signal to the bullpen. So Staunton is going to be making a pitching change, and we will have the new hurler for you in just a moment. But right before that, Jacob, we mentioned at the top of the inning, Staunton had been doing it with pitching all night, and the third guy they bring in kind of breaks that trend.
Yeah, he does. He the whole time out there, he never really looked settled, taking some walks off of the mound, struggling with location there, and I'm sure the Kyle Edwards deep foul ball, even as that counts as a strike for you, that can kind of rattle you because they're seeing the ball really well. And yeah, for Egan there, probably not his finest outing, but he leaves two runners on with one out. And this is, as you said, the Tom Sox chance to do something with Henry Ford up here. In his first game back from the injury, it could be time for a marquee moment here for Henry Ford to kind of put the Tom Sox back into this game.
So it'll be Joe Martino, the new pitcher for the Staunton Braves. They go back to a right-hander. He is out of Chalfont, Pennsylvania, 5'11", 175, plays at Westchester University. So Braves go to their fourth pitcher of the evening with two Tom Sox on. Runners on first and second, one out, and a two-run deficit. The Braves up 2-0 as we'll pass along some scores now from Major League Baseball. Games in progress. The Blue Jays and the Giants tied 0-0 in Toronto. The New York Mets trying to salvage a split with the Milwaukee Brewers in a four-game series. They lead the Brewers 2-0 at Citi Field in the top of the sixth inning. The Houston Astros up big on the St. Louis Cardinals. Top of the fifth, it's 6-0 Astros in the Arch City. Cubs and Phillies tied at 1-1 in the top of the third. The Phillies threatening at Wrigley Field with second and third. And the Dodgers and Rockies supposed to get underway just now, but they are in a rain delay. Jacob, who's your favorite MLB team?
I am a Boston Red Sox fan, a long-suffering Boston Red Sox fan these past couple of years. I know we've had it nice in terms of my lifetime, but it's not a fun feeling being in the basement of your division, and I've been struggling with that. But always going to ride with my team. I believe we If we haven't been swept by the Marlins yet, we're about to be.
And you
That's-
have been. 2-0.
That's a tough feeling.
2-0
Yeah.
Marlins win today. As we're about to be back to Valley League baseball here. 2 on, 1 out for the 3-hole hitter Henry Ford, and runners go on the first pitch. It's called a strike. The throw down to second, safe. As sliding in is Bryce Martinez, and up ahead of him, getting into third, is the runner Rivera. So now 2 men in scoring position for the Tom Sox, and the base hit scores at least one 0-1 count here as they run on the new pitcher Martino right away.
Yeah, that is a gutsy call, but absolutely huge. It takes away the double play possibility on a bouncer up the middle. It means Ford has to do a little bit less up there. All he has to do, drive one through a gap in the infield here, and that could easily be a tie game.
1-1 the count now as the 0-1 misses downstairs. With runners on second and third. The 1-1 is outside, and we've got first base open here, so we'll see how much the 3-hole hitter Ford gets to hit here. But of course, you've got Porter, the right fielder and cleanup man, on deck. On the 2-1, Martino fires it right over the outer half. First strike, a good-looking bounce-back pitch there. Rivera on third. Martinez on second. And Ford looking to drive them home here. On a 2-2 pitch, it's a breaking ball. Called third strike, locks him up there. And that's out number 2, a big second out if you're the Staunton Braves.
Yeah, and Ford, expressing a little bit of disagreement on that call, thinks it might have been a little bit inside. So, again, a gutsy pitch there with the inside breaking ball. Apparently just catches that inside corner and freezes the batter there. That's a big strikeout.
So it'll be up to Hollis Porter to keep things going for the Tom Sox, and he's unable to catch up to a Martino fastball on the first pitch, 0-1.
Sorry, I'm too busy giving John shit.
Second and third for the Tom Sox.
And with the way the bats have been, if you're going to capitalize, you want it to be right here. You're not going to get a much better opportunity than second and third here with some of the faster runners on your team.
Fouled back on the 0-1. It's 0-2, and now the Braves looking to get out of this inning. That was a good pitching change there by Michael Austin. Bringing in Martino to put out the fire here in this bottom of the 6th. He's 1 strike away from doing it. Porter's 0 for 2 today, and the 0-2 pitch is hit in the air, short left field, and it's going to be playable for Masiak. He camps under it, and that is out number 3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We will go to the 7th as the Tom Sox still trail 2-0 to the Staunton Braves. They've still had just 1 hit here on the evening. This is Tom Sox TV. To the top of the 7th we go. We are officially in the late innings, and the Staunton Braves lead the Charlottesville Tom Sox 2-0 here at CHO Airport Field. Luke Nadkarni, Jacob Tisdale bringing you this one, and the Braves will lead off here in the top of the 7th inning with Josh Lalo, the catcher out of Fuquay Varina, North Carolina, facing Ryan Lynch, the lefty, for the Tom Sox. And Lynch has come in and done pretty well here. the lefty on righty matchup, and that one is at the knees for a strike. Tom Sox got 2 men on in the bottom of the 6th inning and unable to get them around and scratch the surface here on the scoreboard. The 0-1 from Lynch misses upstairs. Josh Lalo out of Mary Baldwin University, which is right there in Staunton. Facing a 1-1 count with his team ahead 2-0. Here in the top of the 7th, Lynch delivers, and this one is hit on the ground, deep short. Edwards loses his footing as he scoops it up and has to eat it. That's going to be an infield hit. It was going to be a tough play. Edwards, if anyone could have made it, it's Kyle Edwards, but unfortunately he almost fell right on his behind, and Stanton's going to take the leadoff base runner on an infield single. That would be their 6th hit of the game. So the 8-hole hitter now coming up, Brady Masiak. Masiak is 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out twice. And he bats here with 1 on and no outs following the infield single.
Just go to the case and get some. You bought some?
First pitch is downstairs, actually at the knees, called strike to the native of North Royalton, Ohio, in the Cleveland area. Squares around a bunt on a fastball, and that one is popped up way back and over our heads. Tom Sox trail 2-0. And a runner on first and nobody out for the Braves, as that one is sliced foul down the left field line, gets out of play. Ryan Lynch has 3 strikeouts, or excuse me, 2 strikeouts, as he came in the middle of the 5th inning after one batter had already gone, and he's here in the top of the 7th. The 0-2. And it's a pickoff throw back to first as Masiak. Oh for 2 on the evening tonight. Looking over Lynch to first. Now he looks into the plate, delivers, and a check swing. Did he go? No. And it's 1-2.
That is a good 0-2 pitch. On 0-2, you want to throw something that really makes them want to bite, even though they shouldn't. And he's able to check it, hold his hands back a little bit. But that's, again, a good 0-2 spot for Lynch there.
Nobody out. One runner on. The 1-2, lefty-on-lefty matchup is hit on the ground to Martinez at second. He goes to Edwards for 1, and that's going to be the only play. So 4-6 on the fielder's choice. And you had a speedy runner there and an outfielder, Masiak. It was a good job there by Edwards to just take the out there and not risk a bad throw.
Yeah, had to make a quick decision, and you're not even sure a lot of the time that the out at second is guaranteed. That runner has the lead there, and he trusts that Edwards is going to be in the right spot, trusts his own throw. And you're able to get the lead runner, keep the runner out of scoring position, and that's a big out.
Drew Jones now, another Cleveland area native out of South Euclid, Ohio, just to the east of the Lake City. That ballpark is on my list of places I'd like to see a game, Progressive Field, better known as the Jake. The pickoff throw goes to first, not in time. Drew Jones, an Ohio State product, and he has fouled out to the first baseman and struck out as another pickoff throw to first. As the Braves have a kind of a team huddle going on in their bullpen, no one really throwing, and nobody throwing for the Tom Sox either.
Yeah, so far Lynch has really delivered out of the bullpen, and I think they're going to continue to let him to unless something drastic happens here.
1 on, 1 out. Nobody in here in any inning except for the top of the third for the Braves. 2 unearned runs. There's a pickoff throw again to first. And, of course, in the majors, you see them limit those to 2 per batter. No such rule here in the Valley League. And we'll get another throw over to first. And seems to get closer each time, but they still can't get that runner.
Yeah. Lalo, even as the catcher, he's got a stolen base on the year. You don't typically send the catchers down unless they have that Kyle Teal type of speed.
And Masiak now the runner on first after Lalo was eliminated at second on the fielder's choice. So a little bit faster, but and there he goes as we speak.
Makes a lot more sense.
And a ball blocked in the dirt by Alexander, but he's not going to have time to make a throw. So just like that, on a stolen base, the Braves have a man in scoring position. The way this game's gone, that third run would be a big insurance run.
Yeah, every single one counts here, and the way that things are looking, just one more could put this out of reach, really.
9 more outs for the Tom Sox to work with here as the 1-0 is swung on and foul-tipped into Alexander's mitt by Jones. 1-1. I can't quite tell, just maybe because of the shadows. Is he wearing one batting glove on and one off, or does he have 2?
Got a bit of an obstructed view.
I think, yeah, there's two batting gloves. I thought he was doing something unique there. So that one is downstairs. Of course, Jones, as mentioned before, is a member of the Tom Sox from earlier this season. You'll see that sometimes in the Valley League, guys going from one team to the next. Not necessarily between years. I mean, it happens in the same year. 2-1 now our count.
Yeah, some of these guys are just looking for the best fit, and they can bounce around until they find it.
The 2-1 just misses. It's 3-1 with a base open here. Tom Sox trailing by 2 here in the top of the 7th. Limited to just 1 hit by Staunton pitching. In fact, the Tom Sox have more errors tonight than they do hits, as our official scorer has it.
Don't often win games where that's the case, in my experience.
The 3-1 is hit foul. I think I might have gotten a piece of the batter, Jones, as he walks it off. Of course, you had Domingo Germán of a team that neither you or I like, the New York Yankees, throwing the perfect game. Of course, I'm an Orioles fan. Jacob, a Red Sox fan.
My mom told me, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. So I'll remain silent on that topic.
A seasoned professional to my right here on a Thursday evening at CHO Airport Field. 3-2 the count, 1 out. Jones reaches for it and spoils it, fouls it out of play. Tom Sox unable to get anything going on offense tonight. Looking for win number 10 on the season, but it's getting more and more difficult as the night goes on. Lynch looks back to second, facing Jones, the 9-hole hitter. On the payoff, a swing and a ground ball to third. Gloved across the diamond, 5-3, forward to Boucher, and no advancement there from the runner on second, Masiak. So that's a win for the Tom Sox there. Good fundamental job there by the third baseman, Henry Ford, to look the runner back and make sure he had plenty of time for the throw. So solid play there.
Big part of that play is footwork, just being able to maintain your shuffle, keep your head, where you're able to look that runner back and make the throw in plenty of time, and Henry Ford does that excellently today.
So now up for the Braves, the leadoff man, Evan Profi, and he's been a bit of a thorn in the Tom Sox side tonight, 2 for 3. They did retire him for the first time his last time at the plate. And a nice fastball there, swing and a miss from Lynch, and it's 0-1 now with a runner on second. 4th at-bat of the night for Profi, and he takes a ball low and outside.
Seen a couple times this inning where ball's just not quite where Alexander's expecting it to be. That one bounces off his glove and rolls forward. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there.
Runner on second, 2 away. 1-1 our count. And that pitch is just misses for a ball. It's 2-1. Profi, a native of Croydon, Pennsylvania, just north of Philadelphia. Facing a 2-1 count from Lynch. The delivery, and that goes 5-hole on the catcher Alexander in the dirt, and that'll allow the runner Masiak to advance 90 feet. So now 90 feet away from scoring.
Yeah, just perpetuating a little bit of what I'm picking up as a disconnect there. I don't know if they're need to have a quick meeting and make sure everyone's on the right page, or if that ball just got away.
That's ruled a pass ball, as the Tom Sox have a righty getting loose in the bullpen. And now the 3-1 with a runner on third is right over for a strike, as the umpire goes lefty there with the point.
Yeah, it's been a versatile outing for the umpire behind the plate tonight. He's done a little bit of everything.
He's done a great job tonight, too, with the strike zone. Very consistent. It's what both teams want here on a payoff with a runner on third and 2 outs. Braves up 2-0 here in the top of the 7th. Lynch fires, and this one is hit slowly on the ground up the first base side, and it's going to trickle foul. And we saw, Jacob, back in that third inning, the Braves score their first run with a very meek hit like that.
Yeah, if that ball is a couple feet to the left, that ball is again in no man's land up there, where we've got 3 people crashing in on it. That's 3 people out of their positions, and it's tough to make a play on those.
We'll see if the runner takes off here. He did, Masiak, at the release there. As Profi looks toward Lynch. Lynch fires, and a swing and a miss, strike 3 on a high fastball, and getting him to go chasing as Profi comes up empty. That's a big pitch there from Lynch to keep the deficit at 2 runs. We'll go to the stretch, and then the Tom Sox will look to get the offense going once again here at CHO Airport Field. This is Tom Sox TV. Joe Martino back out here in the bottom of the 7th as we stretch from CHO Airport Field. Luke Nadkarni, Jacob Tisdale in a 2-0 game for the Staunton Braves. And quickly, Jacob, a Valley League scoreboard update.
Yeah, with the Percival Cannons taking on the Winchester Royals tonight, they're knotted up at 0-0. And with Waynesboro Generals taking on the Lumberjacks of Covington. In the top of the 6th, Covington's up 4-0. Over with Front Royal, the Cardinals are currently just getting taken a ride by the Strasburg Express. It's 13-3 over there. Woodstock, the River Bandits are up 4-1 over the Newmarket Rebels, and the Culpeper Cavaliers and the Harrisonburg Turks at the bottom of the 5th, knotted up at 0.
Thanks a lot, Jacob. And leading off is Aiden Teal in the bottom of the 7th. He takes a strike. Teal has worked a walk and flown out to center tonight. Now 1-1 from Joe Martino as that one inside, 1-1. Base is empty. As that one is whacked into the gap between right and center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Good job there by the center fielder Profi to limit that one to a single, but the Tom Sox get the leadoff runner aboard here for the second time this evening, and this time it's a hit. There's just their second hit of the ballgame. We'll see if this offense becomes contagious.
Some welcome offensive production there by Teal, and that ball mimicked the one he hit on Tuesday against Newmarket out into that center right field gap there. He's finding a little bit of a groove.
First baseman Alex Boucher, who has yet to put a ball in play here on the evening. It's his third at-bat. He's walked and struck out, and he takes a strike over the outer half. Facing Joe Martino, who came in and got out of a jam for Staunton in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The 0-1. Curveball at the letters for strike 2.
Yeah, if you're the Tom Sox right now, you're just hoping the last inning was not your best chance you're going to see with those runners on second and third.
Runner on first, nobody out, 0-2 count to the first baseman Boucher. Martino delivers, that curveball stays high.
I give you points for having the balls to do it, although you've had the balls to do a lot of things this summer. Get your baseball sign.
Staunton has a right-hander throwing in the bullpen, as do the Tom Sox. Brian Lynch has pitched very well in relief for Charlottesville. Here's the 1-2, and that one is hit on the ground. 4-6-3. No, the throw is high, and it goes toward the Tom Sox dugout out of play. I thought that was going to be a big double play for Staunton, but that's going to give an extra base to the batter runner, Boucher. And the Tom Sox get a man in scoring position with 1 out. It went clap to McKinney, and McKinney's throw to Early was way over his head. I don't think a giraffe would have caught that ball. And now the Tom Sox have a man in scoring position, kind of deja vu from last inning.
Yeah, he really let that one sail from short. Perhaps a little bit too excited to convert that double play there.
Yeah, it didn't look like he planted his feet.
No.
So the Tom Sox have Connor Hinks up at the plate, left fielder, with a man in scoring position and 1 out. They trail by 2. Martino throws a curveball to start, and it's outside. 2 flyouts for Hinks. He's flown out to left, his position, and center. So just like Kyle Edwards, if he gets one to right field, he'll complete that part of that cycle, if you will. The cycle no one wants to complete, as that one is over the outer half for strike 1. There's a pinch hitter on deck for the Tom Sox as the 1-1 comes in, and this is hit high in the air, center field. Profi slips, loses his footing, and the ball falls out of his glove. That's going to be an error, and sliding in to second base safely, as the throw actually got away once again, is Hinks, and moving over to third. He had to wait because the ball was likely to be caught, was Boucher. So now here we go again, Jacob. Second and third, 1 out. Call that an error on the center fielder, Profi. And now the Tom Sox have the aforementioned pinch hitter, and it is none other than the Valley League Home Run Derby champion, Derek Williams.
Yeah, this guy certainly demonstrated his power Sunday at the Valley Baseball League All-Star Weekend event, winning the Home Run Derby there. Takes big hacks is the only way I can put it. He really tries to put a charge in the ball. And on that fly ball to center field, a number of factors there. It could be, the lights beaming down. It looks like he had a little bit of a loss of footing out there.
Yeah.
Plus the hazy conditions in the sky. That all combined to a great outcome for the Tom Sox, really.
So Derek Williams out of Florida Southwestern. He's a native of Imperial, Missouri. He takes the ball down and out to start. And Tom Sox had this here in the 6th. Or back in the 6th, I should say. We're here in the 7th. 2 men on, second and third, 1 away, and they trail by 2. Williams facing Martino. The 1-0 is upstairs and away. By the way, he's pinch hitting for Calvin Alexander. Derek Williams is listed as a left fielder / first baseman, so I don't think we're going to see him catch. We're probably going to see a new catcher for the Tom Sox, and we'll pass that along to you in the top half of the 8th inning. 2-0, the count now to Williams.
Probably be seeing defensive substitution, most likely Salvador Alvarez behind the plate to close out this game.
He takes a strike. 2-0 does Williams, and now it's 2-1. Salvador Alvarez, a very high recruit, as Tom Sox trail by 2. The 2-1 is hit a mile in the air to the left side, and that'll get out of play, foul, 2-2.
A lot of people with cars parked over in that area caught their breath.
Yeah, by now we've learned to park far, far away.
Oh, yeah.
And now the 2-2. Big pitch coming in with 1 out, second and third for Williams. The kick, the delivery from Martino. This one is hit well, left center field, going back, looking up, and that ball is gone. The Tom Sox take the lead as the Home Run Derby champ puts a stamp on this game. It's 3-2 Charlottesville.
Well, he did it all weekend. Sunday night, taking home that home run derby title in the Valley League All-Star competition, and he just puts a charge in that ball. He knew coming out of the box. A little bit of a bat flip action there. Definitely was very confident in that ball. Finally, just breaking the threshold out there. We've been seeing him come close all night, and Derek Williams is the man to finally deliver a blow.
Well, tough for us to see with the haze and the lights, but as I saw the runners all trotting in the Tom Sox dugout celebrate, that made that call easy as Sergio Rivera digs in, looking to reset the offense now for the Tom Sox. This game just turned on its head as Rivera swings at the first pitch, high pop-up above the infield to the shortstop McKinney, and he shields his eyes from the lights and makes the catch out number 2. But going back to that dropped pop-up in the outfield by Profi, really opening the door for the Tom Sox, and the Tom Sox take advantage of the opportunity. That'll turn the lineup over as Kyle Edwards comes to the plate. He has 3 flyouts, 1 to left, 1 to right, 1 to center, as the Tom Sox have taken a 3-2 lead on a 3-run home run by Derek Williams. Just their 3rd hit of the ball game as Edwards takes the ball outside.
Yeah, and you gotta credit Coach Lyndon Coleman as well for making that pinch hitting substitution there.
Absolutely.
For Alexander, he knew what was needed, and Derek Williams absolutely delivered it there.
2-0 the count now as the 1-0 is outside. Martino now goes from the windup, and he catches the outer half with that one, strike 1. Three to 2 now, Tom Sox in front for the first time this evening. As the 2-1 comes in, and it's a bender for strike 2.
Yeah, that kind of movement on the pitch, that'll just take you right out of it and leave you watching as it crosses over the plate, outside corner there.
Straight away for the Staunton outfield with the bases empty, 2-2, 2 away. As Edwards hits this one on a line into left field, that's going to sit down for a base hit. Played on a couple of hops by Masiak. And the Tom Sox inning continues here in the bottom of the 7th as they look to get some more going as Bryce Martinez comes to the plate.
A little bit of a delayed entrance there for Bryce Martinez.
I think he just had to wait for his song to start playing. Martinez on the evening. Still yet to put a ball in play. He struck out twice and walked once, but Tom Sox will take a walk here to keep this inning going, and we'll see if they put Edwards in motion here with 2 away, clinging to a 1-run lead. Edwards takes a big secondary lead, and that ball fouled out to the right. Out of play. 2-hole hitter up for the Tom Sox, who have been held to just 3 or now 4 hits after Edwards' single. But now ahead on the scoreboard. 3-2. Pickoff throw to first. Close play. Nice tag, but just diving back safely as Edwards.
Edwards sneaks a hand under that. That ball is it's a good move as well. He really whips that ball over to first, and just strong work by Edwards to get back.
Braves well aware of Tom Sox prowess on the base passes. Edwards takes off there, and a foul tip off the fists back, and it hits the umpire, I think, on the left arm.
It's a brutal job back there.
That's the 3rd time this evening that Ben Robertson has taken one. And now Lyndon Coleman out to just chat with him quickly. And I don't know, maybe he's taking him out for dinner after the game after this couple of balls that have rocked our home plate umpire. And we'll see if he gives that signal again that says, I'm good to go. But he's taking a little bit more time after this one.
You can tell that one got to him a little bit more. But, you know, he's battling back there and gets back into the crouch and he's ready to call.
0-2 the count, 2 away. Kyle Edwards is the runner on first. He's stealing, and that ball is hit on a line into right field, but directly at Noah Canterbury, who bags it for out number 3. But the Tom Sox get 3 hits, and they get the big blow from Derek Williams, the 3-run home run to left field, to jump in front of the Staunton Braves as we go to the 8th. 3-2 our score. This is Tom Sox TV. Tom Sox 3, Staunton Braves 2, a reverse of fortunes in the bottom of the second inning. Derek Williams with a monster 3-run home run as the Tom Sox bats come alive. Luke Nadkarni, Jacob Tisdale here with you in the late innings at CHO Airport Field, and it's a new battery for the Tom Sox. Jacob, you mentioned Salvador Alvarez coming in for Calvin Alexander following Williams' pinch hit, and now it's Mike Eggert on the hill, a right-hander, so a new pitcher and a new catcher here in the eighth.
Yeah, Eggert, one of the top-line guys in this Tom Sox bullpen, Valley League All-Star, alongside Edwards, Alexander, and Martinez. And, he's one of the pitchers so far who's one of the very few pitchers in this bullpen so far. He's gone at least 5 innings without allowing a run, and those two are Eggert and Lynch, who appeared earlier in this game.
And we have another substitution for the Tom Sox out in right field. Replacing Hollis Porter is David Wiley. So we've seen a lot of David Wiley here this season as a starter. He comes off the bench tonight, and so that's 2 new Wofford players into the game here for the Tom Sox as Mike Eggert. I think these are probably going to be his 2 innings to hold on to here as the Tom Sox cling to a 3-2 lead. And one more as we are being informed of these on the fly. Replacing Connor Hinks in left field is a new arrival out of the University of Georgia, a name that'll be familiar to fans who have followed this team for a few years, Garrett Spikes, who has returned to Charlottesville yet again.
Wow, I'll give up on that one. Mr. Tom Sox, Garrett Spikes.
He assumes the mantle. He assumes the mantle from Kyle Edwards because this is his 3rd season here in Charlottesville as Mr. Tom Sox is passed among the players to whoever's been here the longest. And, you've had Kirby McMullen in the past, Jake Allen, but now some new defensive Tom Sox including a new battery and a new pitcher in Mike Eggert, and facing Jeff Snyder, the third baseman, who puts a charge into this one down the right field line, but it curves foul into the Tom Sox bullpen. Snyder came on as a defensive replacement in the 5th inning for Staunton, taking the place of Joey Parliament. And he faces an 0-1 count from Eggert. Righty on lefty matchup. Eggert goes from the windup. Long pause. Thought we might have a pitch clock there, but the 0-1 is hit straightened out this time into right field, not deep. Rushing over, and that ball will find you as David Wiley comes in and makes the grab in shallow right center field.
That's one of the rules of baseball. You're not going to go out there and just fall asleep out there. If you get put into the game, the ball will find you, and Wiley does a good job of tracking that one down. We've seen how difficult it is to track down those fly balls out there. We saw it with the Braves last inning, how costly that can be if you don't.
So nobody out, or nobody on and 1 out for Cooper Clapp, who swings at the first pitch and hits it on the ground to first. Gobbling it up and stepping on the bag is Boucher, 1 out. Or, 2 outs. That happened so quickly.
Eggert working too quick for us here. That's 3 pitches, 2 outs. And that's exactly what you want, especially if you want to just go ahead and close this game out with one of your top-line arms.
For the Tom Sox, Wiley is in the fourth spot in the batting order. Spikes is in the 7th spot. As nobody on, 2 outs for the cleanup man, Nick Early. This is a guy you kind of got to be careful with in the 4-hole, just with a 1-run lead. And first pitch misses outside, 1-0. 1-0 the count. Eggert from the windup. He kicks. He fires from the letters. It's a curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Or strike 1 on a second pitch.
It's a deceptive release on that one. The way he's winding back, keeping his legs back as long as he is. You would think he's coming in with the heat, and just really fools him there.
1-1 pitch, just misses. As Eggert takes a couple steps off the mound there. I don't know if he thought that was strike. If it was a strike, it would have only been strike 2. Or now it was 0-2, and that was ball 1. So 1-2 our count with the bases empty. Eggert winds, delivers, and that one is hit the opposite way on the ground. Hits the chest of the third baseman, Henry Ford. He gobbles it up across the diamond to Boucher in time, and the Tom Sox record a 1-2-3 inning on defense here in the top of the 8th. So they grab the momentum away from the Staunton Braves and consolidate, looking to add to a 1-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-2, Tom Sox in front. This is Tom Sox TV. Back to CHO Airport Field as they finally drown out one of the worst songs ever written. Sweet Caroline.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Tom
number
Sox
5.
up 3-2 here with 3, 4, and 5 coming up as they get one chance to add some insurance runs after a 3-run bottom of the 7th inning, a 3-run home run from Derek Williams as Henry Ford takes a strike from Joe Martino.
Yeah, as a Red Sox fan myself, I'll again hold my tongue on the Sweet Caroline take there.
And we got some Penn Staters here in this press box too, as the 0-1 is over the outside corner for a strike. The 0-2 to Ford, right over for strike 3, and Martino gets a good start to this bottom of the 8th inning after being touched up for that 3-run homer.
Yeah, been a little bit of a quiet return to the lineup for Henry Ford tonight. But again, he's been out for a while with a hand and wrist injury, so it's going to take a little bit to work his way back. He did make an outstanding defensive play to close out that last half inning, dropping to his knees, letting that ball hit him in the chest and zipping it over to first as Coach Coleman and the home plate umpire are engaged in a little friendly conversation there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is about. It's going to be David Wiley's first time at the plate tonight after he came in last inning and recorded a putout in right as the ball did find him. David Wiley out of Wofford facing Martino. It's worth noting that the Tom Sox have a right-hander up throwing in the bullpen, as do the Staunton Braves, as the first pitch misses 1-0. Perfect 8th worked by Mike Eggert. The 1-0 pitch to Wiley misses downstairs and outside.
Yeah, Eggert kept the pitch count low. A little bit surprising to see some work in there right now, but as we hear the name, perhaps Coleman will be making another arm slot switch.
The 2-0 is hit high in the air, moderately deep to left field, but backing up on it, measuring, and making the catch is Masiak for out number 2. So the Tom Sox going quietly here so far in the bottom of the 8th, the opposite of the 7th inning, as it'll be up to Aiden Teal to keep things going. He's had a decent night tonight, 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Flew out to center field, got pretty good wood on the ball, but ball not really carrying here tonight. Martino from the windup, kicks, delivers, and this one is hit a mile in the air, short left field, and Masiak again trotting in about 10 steps, making the catch, and 1, 2, 3 go the Tom Sox here in the bottom of the 8th. We blinked and that inning was over. We go to the top of the 9th now. Tom Sox looking to salt this one away as it's 3-2 with Staunton coming up. This is Tom Sox TV. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Staunton Braves here. In the top of the ninth, the Tom Sox pulling a rabbit out of the hat in the bottom of the seventh. A 3-run home run by Derek Williams as a pinch hitter, turning this game around and taking a 3-2 lead here into the top half. Luke Nadkarni, Jacob Tisdale here with you, and Mike Eggert on the mound after a perfect 1-2-3 8th inning, looking to close this one off with Davian Garcia warming up in the bullpen. Shortstop Michael McKinney starts things off here for the Staunton Braves in the top of the ninth, and he's struck out 3 times today, and he takes a curveball for a strike, 0-1.
So a big break on that pitch there.
Mike Eggert delivers and just misses outside. Good job there by Salvi Alvarez to try and buy the call, but Ben Robertson, who has done a great job all night, was not buying it, and Robertson's taken a beating too, so he has earned his game check. The 1-1 just misses inside, and now it's a 2-1 count on the leadoff hitter for the Braves. Braves trail 3-2 after holding the Tom Sox bats in check for most of this game. 2-1 the count. Eggert from the windup fires. That one is hit well into left field on a line, but tracking over and making the grab is the new left fielder Garrett Spikes. And in the 8th inning when Wiley came in, the ball found him, and now the ball finds Garrett Spikes.
Yeah, you got to be ready out there. You don't just get put in and cruise to victory. It's going to take a full team effort here. Eggert again gets a little bit touched up there. That was very strong contact out to left field, but you trust the guys behind you, and 2 outs away.
Now he's got to contend with Noah Canterbury, who has a single to his credit this evening. The right fielder has played a good game defensively as well, and he stares at a strike on the outer half. Tom Sox were silent on offense until the bottom of the 7th when Derek Williams came through with a pinch hit 3-run homer, the Valley League Home Run Derby champion in Front Royal on Sunday. The 0-1 is hit in the air right field. Tracking over into the gap towards center is David Wiley, and that's out number 2 as he makes the catch. So these defensive substitutions really paying off here for the Tom Sox, and the offensive ones as well. And now 1 out away is Charlottesville, as we're going to have a pinch hitter, I believe, for the catcher Lalo. And that's Owen Prince, who is also listed as a catcher, 5'8", 165, sophomore out of Virginia Military Institute. And a Valley League All-Star up at Bing Crosby Stadium on Sunday, and swings at the first pitch, hit on the ground, a few hops to Edwards, gloves it with one hand across the diamond to Boucher, and you can put socks on this one. The Tom Sox pull this one out, 3-2 over the Staunton Braves, thanks to a pinch hit 3-run home run from Derek Williams and a great performance in relief from Mike Eggert, and that is win number 10 on the season for Charlottesville.
Yeah, Charlottesville reaches 10 wins in somewhat dramatic fashion there, and at the end of the day, you really have to give credit to Coach Lyndon Coleman there. Made the right decisions, put the players in the right positions to just go out and win a game that it didn't look like they would win for the grand majority of it. So credit to Coach Coleman and credit to the Charlottesville Tom Sox. Win number 10, double digits on the year.
And here's how you know managing won this game. Here's our final line score. The Braves, 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. Tom Sox, 3 runs, just 4 hits and 2 errors, but only 4 hits and you come out with the victory. That's a big credit to not only Lyndon Coleman, but also Trayvon Smith and Brian Worth as well.
Yeah, that's right. And for the Tom Sox, they'll be right back at it tomorrow night at CHO Airport Field. They'll be taking on the Front Royal Cardinals. It's first responders night, and the first pitch is at 7 p.m. on June 30th.
All right, so once again, our final score, the Charlottesville Tom Sox 3, the Staunton Braves 2, as the Tom Sox improve to 10-7 on the season. The Braves are now 6-13. Alex Inman and Alex Rocco will have the call for you tomorrow as the Tom Sox will host the Cardinals. And we'll say good night to here from CHO Airport Field. One more time, 3-2 our final. The Tom Sox win. For Jacob Tisdale, my name is Luke Nadkarni. Have a great night, everybody.